right? You need
Yes,
not to learn like something a syllabus or a lesson. It's just
exactly.
talk about
Yeah, yeah,
ourselves,
yeah.
our profession.
Great.
Done.
So let's
For
start it
sure.
off. Welcome folks to our new episode of the Instahyre Roundtable. So we are discussing on a very crucial topic today, which is re-architecting leadership, and we have two of very esteemed guests. Um, I'm your host Sarbojit, and today we'll be talking a concept about very essential how we work and how we lead. So the way we build and guide teams is changing quickly, and who better to help us understand these changes than two of the smartest people in the talent acquisition space? And today I am very happy to have them with me. So let's get to know them. First, I will call upon a very forward thinker who's leading the way in new talent strategies. Shubhangi Mishra. She's heading talent acquisition at MetaFusion. Shubhangi, a warm welcome to you. A little bit about yourself for the folks who have just joined in.
Hi, Sarjeet. Thank you again for having me here. And what do I talk about my journey? I'm mostly born and brought up in Lucknow, as I mentioned. And I've been into talent and HR domain basically for almost 10 years now. Have seen it evolve completely from the time where we used to work with the vendors collecting the resumes and dropping us by or sending over emails to now social media presence. We've come a long way. Plus, also promoting our jobs. So, a lot has changed, a lot has evolved. We've seen how social media is now and how it's evolving. So, trends are changing, AI has come in picture, and we're all learning as per day. So, happy to be here and looking forward to this conversation.
Great. We're very happy to have you, Shubhangi. And joining here is another leader with lots of experience building very successful teams. We have Nitin Gupta, who is heading the talent acquisition at Brainwire. So, Nitin, it's great to have you. A quick intro about yourself for the folks who have just joined in.
Yes, Sarabjit, thank you so much for inviting me on such a wonderful talk show. This is Nitin. I comes with 15 plus years of experience. I am passionate about networking with people, negotiation, and team building exercises. Over and above, my hobbies are cooking, reading books, and beside that, I am a father. Right, that is all about me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And let's start off with the questions. Before we start, a quick note to our audience who are seeing this live on LinkedIn and YouTube. The show is for you too, and we will share questions and comments in the chat. You can share your questions and comments in the chat. We'll try to answer them as many as we can. So we will also have a quick audience poll in the middle. So let's get started. Uh, so we'll start off with the first question, which is for both of you. Uh, Nitin, you can start it off. Tell us a bit about your journey from your early days to a leader you are today, and what are some key moments or unexpected turns that shaped your path to where are you currently as a talent acquisition leader? So over to you, Nitin. You can start it off.
Yes, thanks, Sarabjit. So, Sarabjit, if I talk about starting from my journey when I've started career, and before that, if I talk about my schooling and my college life, I've never been a very scholar student, right?
Mm.
I'm kind of a person who do what he likes to do. I'm always do things which I'm passionate about. So, likewise, I mentioned I'm very passionate about meeting people, going out, networking, right? So that is what I like about. In fact, my campus placement, I started, my journey with the startup. Instead of choosing a big company, I chosen a startup where I believe that now I will be having a lot of learning opportunities. It was some SBU of the a company where it was the contact center, where I was being appointed into the recruitment role, and it was the bulk hiring, and I was assisting my VPHR, and it was very a key role in terms of uh, drafting the policy, and whenever it is needed, you need to edit those policies looking at the challenges. So I
Hmm.
would say at the first job of my career, it was very fantastic learning I have had, right? And I pursue my career into talent acquisition itself, right? And I love talking to people, making them understand what their career is going to be if they are coming to the respective company they are going for. Moving further, like I said, that no, I love taking challenges. I joined a company. It was 150, 160 people company. It was an to e-commerce development. I joined as a talent acquisition head. I helped them to grow their presence apart from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, as well as into the north in Noida itself. And I participated into a global hiring, and I have recruited lot many key team members, right,
Hmm.
which helped me to becomes like an leader like today, right? And I lead by example. That is what I do.
Thank you, Nitin, for the introduction. I will move on to Shubhangi now. Shubhangi, a little bit about your journey from your early years to a leader you are today, and some key moments. We'd love to hear about that. Some unexpected turns also, if you want to share. So over to you.
Thank you, Sarjeet. What do I say? I did all my schooling from Lucknow, did my graduation, post graduation, also partial company secretary. Started my career as somebody who was working as an audit assistant. I know
Okay.
that people will definitely come back and say, why did you leave it? But it wasn't something that interested me. Worked on audits, compliances, filings, but that wasn't really something that drew me. And
Mhm.
somehow or the other, I do come from a family like that who loves to communicate. So once I got into the HR and talent, I was like, why not? Let's try with it. Let's work around it. So started working on the recruitment and the HR positions. I
Okay.
started working, building people and culture teams. It wasn't a very big company. I started from the base, hardly 50 to 80 people company. And then I did my marketing MBA. And people were like, why am I not doing it in HR MBA? And I was like, it's completely okay. Let me understand what we're going through because I think even Nitin would agree with that, that we're actually in a position to do employer branding every single time we're speaking with someone. One. Second, we're always marketing, like always. Anytime, even right now, I think we're still doing that. So it's not just about us, but where we are and the people we're meeting, how we're communicating, how we're presenting. So it did help me a lot. Eventually, I started working with startups and only startups. Not even one single MNC, I'd say, that I've worked with. Indirectly, I have, but not directly because I love building teams. That's one. I love building teams from the scratch. It does not really matter if it's a 10 people company or a 20 people company. It's about what the vision looks like.
Hmm.
So I did associated with a lot of companies. In fact, I think one very interesting one was Vested, which was a fintech company, still exists. The founder is amazing. They are the kind of people, that was the kind of team I think we built from scratch. Also, we built on a lot of different teams, not just in India, but globally as well. Second,
Okay.
plus, I think I have had the opportunity of working not just in TA, but also in HR and different sectors of it, which eventually makes you a leader, I think. You have owned it, you've taken the initiative, you've worked upon the policies and everything. And from there to even now, while being the only person taking care of everything, I think you eventually turn tables then. Because it's not just about hiring or just filling the roles. It's about getting that right person on board. One, somebody who brings that kind of experience and diversity. Two, thirdly, somebody who's there for a long term vision. Somebody
Mm.
who's just not looking for a short term escape that, let's get in, get a higher
Mm.
CTC and get out of
Mm.
this place. It's about somebody who builds the team from scratch, is there with them in the long term, and is there through every thick and thin. So been there. There've been a lot of tips and turns, to be very honest. You will fall
Mm.
into places a lot of times. You cannot achieve, you cannot build, you can't lead things if you have not made mistakes because you will never
Okay.
learn. So
Exactly.
that has happened. And eventually, here we are then. And hopefully, a lot more years to go yet.
Great. Great having both of you guys and a lot of new key insights about your life we have heard about. So, Shumangi, I'll start with you on this one. what's the hiring trend, or what's the hiring trend everyone seems to be talking about right now that you don't just agree with? And any reason why are you doubtful on that? Any hiring trend which is people are talking about that you don't agree with?
There are two. Okay.
Okay,
I think one is going to be AI. No
okay,
offense. Okay. It's great. AI is the future, but maybe not so great in terms of recruitment and sourcing and just
mm,
using keywords to do the shortlisting, because I do feel it does ends up bringing a little bit of biasness.
okay,
One, you can't, and I've been there where I've used multiple tools. I've been there where friends have worked upon a lot of things, and they're like, why don't you just try and test it, put in resumes, and
mm,
see that if it's going to help you shortlist. I've tried that. To be honest, it ends up rejecting a lot of good resumes. One, okay. Second, I've tried the chatbot interviews. There is no
mm,
people connect.
okay,
Two. Third is that I'm not sure if it might be a very good thing for the HR domain. To be honest, you
mm,
can help automate everything using that, but not in TA. You need to communicate with people so you understand not just the technicalities, but the emotional intelligence. Okay.
okay,
And second thing which I don't understand is, what do we even mean by culture fit and not culture add? Why are
okay,
we always looking around for people that, oh, this is a 50 people company or a 10 people team? Anybody who's
mm,
coming in and we are interviewing, are they going to fit this team? Why do
okay,
you want that? We're looking out for people who can come in with something new, something
mm.
diverse, some more experience, can add to what we already have, not to what already exists. So I think I'm not in favor of these two things for sure.
Great. Nitin, your thoughts? I think Shubhagi has covered the AI and chatbot thing,
Yes,
and
so
Raj,
I was
yes,
wanting to give one example,
sure.
which was inclined with the Subhangi's thought. So in a recent time, I have interviewed a guy who was demonstrating the product about resuming filtration, right? So they were having some sort of AI tool which was helping the HRs to filter the resume into the better manner and save a lot of time. So more or less, somebody who has written the relevant keywords, right? They are
Mm,
getting filtered and they are getting into your inbox, right?
Yeah,
So ultimately, AI can make our life easier, right? But it is not the case every time. Somebody who has written the good keywords, good lines, which is aligned with your JD, they will get into the your inbox, and you'll feel that no, they are the right resumes. But when you go and deep dive talking to them, no. So anybody who is a fresher or maybe having a lesser experience, irrespective of the technology, they write the good jargons, the good words about the looking at the JD over the internet, and they're popping up these words. You'll get this, right?
mm,
That is one. Second is, we see a lot of resumes these days, which is powered by AI, created by some sort of tool. But when we
mm,
see that now the most of the keywords, most of the words are being written by the AI, so
mm,
I generally precise tend to avoid those resumes, because the fellow has not made up the effort in order to create his own resume.
mm,
So what I have done, I know it better.
mm,
Neither Shubhangi or Sarabjit can write it better. Let's
mm,
not talk about the AI, right? So it is me who's going to write the way I want it to be. AI is taking the help from AI is fine, but having said
mm,
that, your complete resume is created by the AI.
mm.
It is something which is very very clumsy.
agreed.
Great. Agreed. Okay. Sure. I think a lot of candidates will also listen to these clips, and that will be much helpful for them also. Right?
Yes.
Listen, let's start off the next question with you. Imagine a company founder who comes to you and says that let's build a team that can grow over in the next 5 years and not just get things done for the next 5 years. So, what will be your first step? Where do you begin, and what will be the first steps, or how will you approach this problem?
So it depends, Sarabjit. If I have to look for the longer run team, first I will
Hmm,
see that what skill set we are looking at. First, I will check into my network, and I
hmm,
will try to find people who are passionate.
Hmm.
So apart from this skill, the passion is the key. I have met lot many people who are by skill or by their education degree.
Hmm.
They are not the one who what they have studied. I mean, I hired an chief architect into my past assignment,
Hmm.
and you won't believe he was the BCom guy, right?
Okay.
Who
Achha.
has nothing to do with the technology, nothing to do with the any tech stack, just doing the accounting, payable, receivable. And his first job was also into the accounting. Lately, he got
Achha.
into some business analyst kind of a role. So I
Hmm.
will try to find people who are passionate, people who have willingness to do things, right,
Hmm.
and people who are believe in vision, not the a big size number, a big
Hmm.
size team, right? And having said that, if I go to a bigger company, I will have somebody to support me instead of having said that having a mindset is that I will see that know how I can contribute and how I can take the team into the next level.
Achha.
That is how I will start with, and certainly I will look for people who are more stable into their career, because if
Hmm.
they are stable, they have added some value, some contribution they have done into their recent assignment.
Hmm.
That is what something I would look at.
Great. Um, Shivangi, over to you. Imagine the company's founder comes to you and says, let's build a team over in the next 5 years, not just get things done for the next 5 months. So, where do you begin? What will be your first steps?
First step is to understand what they envision.
Hmm.
If I don't understand what the goal looks like, what the
Hmm.
growth trajectory looks like, I am not getting into that place. One. Second is going to be to understand, if we are talking about 5 years, what do they aim to do in 5 years? So supposingly there's this company, supposingly my current role, right? If I ask that, why should I even start with this? What is it that we're looking for?
Hmm.
If someone tells me that, we want to be the number one video analytics company in the next 5 years, that is something I'd be interested in. One. Second,
Hmm.
how do we do that? There comes a lot of thick and turns. Trust me, it's not easy to be a founder. You are one. Uh,
Hmm.
there is something going on every single day.
Hmm.
Your plates are always full. You
Hmm.
do not have time for anything. You have to delegate, which is why the people you come on board with should be the building blocks to the company.
Hmm.
So the one thing is going to be what the vision looks like. Second, how we achieve that vision. Third is what kind of people would help us achieve that. And then
Okay.
we start to hire. One.
Hmm.
Second, stability. Yes, important. I don't want people to be on board who are looking for a 6 month gig. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You want people who can be through your thick and thin. One. They do not just run away because they find that, oh, it's going to get difficult. Or, okay, it's pretty cool right now. We have all the freedom to do everything, a lot of flexibility. As soon as you talk about structure, they're like, okay, bye. I'm not
Hmm.
going to be sitting here. Because I
Hmm.
know adaptability could be very difficult for a lot of people. So, how you start, how you're stable, what people you're working with, and also add people you can grow with, people you can learn from, people who are coming with a lot of experience, and people who can actually go ahead and mentor. We also have people who are like 2 or 3 years of experience, maybe, but
Hmm.
since they have built things from the scratch, they
Hmm.
can very easily become very good leaders in future, and they
Understood.
can very easily mentor people. You want such people. You want to
Hmm.
be with such people who have been with you through all the thick and thin. And trust me, we all have. At every place we have, you must understand it because you go through it every single day.
Hmm.
So it's not easy. So I would definitely look around for people with a vision. One, what the company's vision looks like. Second, what kind of people do we need through this growth trajectory? If I just give my
Okay.
example, why did I join? It was very simple. I know the vision, and I know that the person who is seeing that vision will definitely get through it because he's thinking through clarity. And then accordingly, we got the people. So we were hardly like a 35 people team when I joined. Currently, we're almost 100
Okay.
in a year's time. So I think we've seen it through. We had that clarity. I've been able to hire those kind of people who are adding to it and who are going to be with us for a long term. So I think all of these things do matter. If somebody comes and says that, I'm not looking for a 5-month thing, but a 5-year thing. And if we can make it happen. So I'm sure these things are the ones which will be accounted for. And hire people that add value. Don't just hire them because you know them. Very
Okay.
important.
Great. So vision and value for you, right?
Because
Shubhangi, so let's continue with the next question with you. There's a lot of pressure to hire quickly when, particularly in a very high growth state of a startup, and also save money, still find the best people. So what's that one thing you refuse to compromise on, and why?
quality.
Okay.
Um, so just to give you an example, I'm currently handling 25 plus roles.
Okay.
Okay. Every role is always immediate. Okay. There's nothing like, okay, let's just prioritize. I mean, I can do that in my mind, but you can't just justify, and you are always struggling, no matter what, because you have to hire the best of the lot. One, again,
Hmm.
you can add to the team. That's one thing which will always go along. No matter how much budgets you cut, no matter how quickly you want, we all get into discussions almost every week. We re-strategize, restructure, we do everything, but never going to compromise on the quality. So one thing I always keep telling the team is don't hire somebody who's going to be a liability for you. Just don't do that to yourself. It will not just be a liability for you, but for each one of us, because we will not be able to grow. It will pull us all down. So I would say we need to hire within 15 days. If it's taking a month, it's okay. There are a few positions we keep on moving forward. We have not closed those roles because we have not felt the reason that, okay, this person might be a good fit for it. We are struggling on a few things, but it does not mean that we'll go forward and compromise on the quality of the person. We would not. We will aim for a long-term person, a person who can actually add value to the team and can still grow with us. Extremely.
Okay.
So it is the
Absolutely.
quality any day.
Quality. Okay. Nitin, what are your thoughts on this? Shumangi stresses on quality. So I'll repeat the question if you want to. There's a lot of pressure to hire quickly, especially in growth stage startups, save money, and still find the best people. What's one thing you will never compromise on, and why?
See, hiring are always, Sarabjit, comes with the deadline, right? And multiple time it happens that no, the skill or the education and the experience what we are looking at, the combination or whatever is listed into the JD, we most of the time it happens that no, we are not able to figure it out. We are able to find it out. So most important part, what comes into the place is getting the right fit at the right time. That's a very, very, very important. So if you ask me that no, what you don't ignore, so I don't ignore the right attitude and the value system as per the company. So if my company has set some standards like transparency and honesty, customer comes first. If by the time of having the conversation, I see that if somebody is having the relevant experience, the relevant skills, education, three of them is 100% a quality or the right fit guy, but it's not having that value system aligning with my organization, I simply drop the guy.
Okay.
Right. So having and over and above to the value system, I see the right approach. For an example, I need somebody with the 15 years of experience. The fellow is having 10 years of experience, but the attitude and his past experience and past achievements are reflecting me that no, he is having the right attitude to go getter things, I would go with the guy. So for an example, in the very recent past, we were looking forward to hire somebody with the DevOps role, right? And this person was needed to manage a team and client communication, as well as doing the compliance part, taking care of the compliance part too. So we got somebody with documentation of the compliances, but have no hands-on experience with the compliances. But the way he has elaborated, the way he has taken the ownership into his past assignment, it was showing that he was assisting his manager to create all those documents which was needed to have the for this role. So that's the kind of a right attitude we look for, right? And that reflects when you are making the communication at the first level screening or maybe into the next level screening, right? So I go with the two things. One is the right attitude and the value system in place.
Great. So we'll take a short break. The break is for an audience poll before the next question which we have for you guys. So let's start with the poll. The question for the audience poll is: AI is clearly changing the job landscape. When do you think about impact on your future work? Do you see it as a threat or an opportunity? So folks, you can type your answers in the comment section and we'll look forward to your responses. Okay, so now let's get back to our discussion with Nitin and Shubhangi. So Nitin, continuing with you, when a team isn't working well, with things like poor teamwork, many people leaving, and the morale is down or low spirits, how much of this is a hiring problem and how do you fix it?
Okay, so whenever team leaves, early leaves, and poor collaboration and things like that, I would say it is some percentage of the hiring problem. Right.
Okay.
The rest is it depends on the scenario that now what kind of a scenario it is. Right. So somebody is leaving early. So we need to go stage by stage. We need to retrospect the problem that now what went wrong, why the resource is leaving early. Multiple time it comes with the multiple reason that this is not the technology where I wanted to practice with. So that's why I always say that no, hiring the right person at the right time is the equally important. Likewise, giving the right information to the candidate. If you're not giving the right information to the candidate, you will have such problems. People are joining quickly, people are leaving early. So these days, I've seen a lot of people in my network, they call recruiters as salespeople. That no, they are just selling the opportunity. They just say anything. They just send the job description without reading them, right? So because of that, there are many problems like early leaving that occurs, right? Sometimes it is also somebody who has joined and got another opportunity because of monetary problem or anything, they left organization. So it depends. We generally practice like people who have recently joined your organization. I would say that no, it is the right time to collect the feedback because they have been into some different organization. Now they are at your organization. They have sort of a lot of expectations. They wanted to be a change maker from the day one, which is ideally not possible, which result in nightmare to them. Right? Where they have to raise their IT problem, where they have to raise their admin problem, they don't know. Right? They are not being heard that no, my manager is not treating me well. But the way of treating manager is equally different to others because the work pressure is high. But if somebody is going then to on a regular interval basis, maybe a 15 days, you talk to the fellow who has joined that how things are moving, how your projects is going, are you get along with the system, is induction, IT induction, HR induction was good. So creating such touch points, 15 days, month, 2 months, and 3 months, this will certainly going to help, and this is certainly going to help us to get rid of early attrition. Right? And this is also gives you the insights which you can discuss their line managers or the reporting managers to discuss that this resource is experiencing this sort of problem. Maybe it is a communication, maybe it is a lack of confidentiality, maybe it is having the less information about the project. That's why it's not able to deliver the way it is needed. So that is the one aspect you can do, and that should be the job of the recruiter, not somebody who is from the onboarding team or somebody from the project team, right?
Hmm.
Is your guy, it is your resource whom you have onboarded. You have to make sure this resource is adding the value into this ecosystem of your company, so that that project, your company is growing faster.
Okay. Okay. Shubhangi, the same question is for you. When a team isn't working well, like there is poor teamwork, a lot of attrition, low spirits or morale, how much of it is a hiring problem and how do you fix it?
Okay, so to be honest, I think it's a partial hiring problem.
Hmm.
Okay, I think it's more to do with the leadership and management.
Okay.
One. Second, it's not about how we can fix it. We won't be able to fix a lot of things. And I very well agree with Nitin. You have to have that clarity when you're talking to the people. One, you need to tell them specifically how things move and if they're comfortable with that kind of a structure and system in place.
Mm.
But what we can't do is get set the right flow of communication.
Hmm.
No matter you're a 10 people company, 100 people, or 500 people company, if you're not following that structure, you are going to be in a problem very soon. Because eventually, it's always a top down approach.
Okay.
Okay. Second is set the hierarchies right.
Hmm.
Every people. This one more thing people keep talking about is like, oh, we're very flexible. We have an open culture. Open culture does not mean that there's no hierarchy. There are managers, right? There are
Hmm.
team. There are co-founders. There are founders. That's exactly what the structure looks like. So whatever
Hmm.
flow of information happens from there. So you have to set that right once. You need to assess, and very rightly said, actually, you need to understand the feedbacks. And the feedback shouldn't be one way, it should be both the ways.
Hmm.
It's not like that, okay, you're calling someone and saying everything that you have to say, and then you're not giving that person a space to process it and then be open to ask that if you have something to say.
Hmm.
Because in major organizations, the bigger problem is that people are not being heard.
Okay.
Correct.
While they're not being heard, how are they even supposed to tell their managers or peers or founders or management or have their word set out there that this is what I have an issue with? It
Hmm.
might not also be a very big issue, to be very honest, but because people are not communicating, that is
Hmm.
the problem.
Okay.
So you see it's an open culture, but people don't talk
Hmm.
because they cannot say their things out loud. One.
Understood.
Second is that that's exactly how attrition happens because people can't say it through.
Hmm.
And if they can't say it through, why stay there?
Hmm.
It's very simple. If I am not happy at a place, if I'm not able to say that, okay, this is what I am facing an issue with, and of course, there's a way of saying, uh,
Hmm.
and if there's nobody to hear me out, I can try once or twice. Third time, I'll just leave. And I think
Okay.
that's one of the biggest reasons why companies do face attrition. When you talk about the morale, again, it's a teamwork. There are high and lows in the company, but when a founder or a co-founder comes forward and says, "The guys, I know that we are going through something. All I need you to do is trust me,
Hmm.
and we will get through this." That's all that people really need. And if they have a question, create a town hall, have all hands,
Hmm.
have them answer. Someone rightly said that if you are having a proper formal discussion or informal discussion with 50, 100 people all through the company, there are only two situations that happen. If people ask questions or not, either
Hmm.
everything is fantastic or nothing's working right.
Okay.
So you need to address that, and it will only happen if you have regular feedbacks, very transparent communication. This is what you like, this is what you don't like. Okay. And third is definitely going to be that please talk to your people. Uh, Very important. And commit to things. If you are saying something, then on the other few months you're saying something else, that's bad leadership. That's
Mm.
not going to be a recruiter problem or a HR problem. It's a structure problem.
Understood.
So I think it's always going to be a top-down approach. And what as a recruiter we can do is definitely have a clear transparency of thought while talking to someone. Make them understand this is how we're moving. There might not be processes and structure that very well in place, but communicate that to them. That this is how we are processing right now over the time period of 6 months or a year. This is
Mm.
what you can expect. So they have clarity that
Mm.
there'll be collaborations, there will be things that we'll be working around of. So when you speak with them, when you tell them things clearly, I think there will never be any of the problems which are listed.
Great. So we move on to the next section. We have a lot of questions from talent leaders. So one of the questions I have highlighted, uh, Shubhangi, you can go with this question first. You have seen, so Shubhangi, you have seen countless candidates. What's one warning sign you never ignore, even if the candidate's resume seems perfect? What makes you say no deal right away?
Just by seeing at the resumes,
Yes. Yes.
I think it will be, I'm not just a resume person.
Okay.
Okay, one thing. I will not only look at the resume, I also go look for the social medias
Acha.
to completely have a look through. Resumes can be a copy pasted, like 80% of them are these days. Again, I would
Mhm.
go back to Nitin, what he said, that they can just make it using keywords. And there's so many websites. I'm not going to promote any right now here, but
Mm.
there are so many where you can just post the job description and you'll have a written CV ready. So
Mhm.
just by seeing the CV, I don't think so. But of course, one thing is that just by CV, I don't think there's anything I can say like this. But
Mm.
if I speak with someone, there's of course one red flag that always comes through, and I would never move forward. No matter how many years of experience, very good with technology, has ticked through all the boxes. It's the attitude.
Okay. The
I
attitude.
will never ever move forward. You understand by speaking with a person if they are disrespectful to you, or if their way of communication is not appropriate, if they keep toning up every now and then, which is something which has now become pretty normal, I see. Um, and please don't mind me saying this, but has been happening a lot with the more recent generations,
Mhm. Okay. Uh,
unfortunately.
okay. Nitin, your thoughts? Anything?
If
Uh,
I have to add, to this, looking at resume, if everything is perfect, I mean, it's a red flag for me.
okay.
Because in this era of AI and in today's world, we
Mm.
all mean to tend to make mistakes. If everything looks good, the school grades, college grades, experience, no
Mm.
grammatical mistakes, this is a red flag to me, right?
Okay.
Going forward, somebody's talking again into the interview, everything is fantastic, checking
Mm.
what problems you have encountered in your past assignment, no problem, is answering all the techie questions very accurately. No, I mean, again, it's a red flag, right? So
Okay.
that is I see. So people who are looking at my show, I
Mm.
mean, they will say that, no, if we are making mistake, then are we good? Yes. So I love people who make mistakes. Yes. Uh, at our organization and wherever at least I have worked, I mean, those organizations, they allow people to make mistakes so that no, they can come up with the more innovative thoughts, more innovative codes.
Mm.
Right. So nobody in this world is perfect. Yes, everybody tend to be perfect, but nobody is perfect. So if everything is 100%, it is a red flag for me.
Okay. Great. So this is another question from the job seekers. So we have candidates and recruiters both. So this is from the candidates which we got. Uh, so start with Nitin on this. Nitin, let's put you in the shoes of someone looking for a job for the moment. And do you think resumes still matter in 2025, or how has we evaluate candidates have changed. So, what's your opinion on this?
So according to me, resume is just your visiting card, right?
Okay.
Is telling about something about yourself, but not everything about yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherein the way you have elaborated things, maybe the kind of projects you have done, your role, the way you are mentioning over and above to your college projects, you have done similar, which is retaining your interest or aligning with the job you are applying for. That is something is going to more attract me or any other recruiter, I would say.
Okay.
Instead of having said that, no, I have a 2 page of resume which is talking about what I have done in the schooling, what I have done in my projects, right? And I more focus on the extracurricular activities what they have done.
Gotcha. Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Shubhangi, your thoughts on?
They do matter a little.
Okay. They do matter.
Um,
Okay.
yes, they do. So I'm not talking about a time where you have a 500 funnel or a 100 people funnel.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't believe in them.
Okay.
The whole point happens is that even if you're forwarding, so supposing we are working with founders or the top management or the hiring heads, everybody's plate is full. Think from
Mm-hmm.
their perspective as well. They
Hmm.
will not have the time to go check every single thing. So
Hmm.
some resumes which are highlighted well, which have their work written, I say not everything, but links to them. It gets a lot more user friendly, as we may say, for them to go and look at your work.
Hmm.
Why do people still go and make something as a clone for Netflix or Disney, all of these, and prepare their resumes like that? Meta,
Mm-hmm.
all of these, because they want to look like one where people find something different, something
Okay.
unusual to look forward to so
Mm-hmm.
that we can click upon it. And that is what actually catches attention. So I'm not sure if completely, but yes, for the attention, it might be a good thing to create a resume like that. And definitely, it is more like a visiting card, just to understand, okay, what the name looks like, what they're doing. But for the technical teams, if they're really looking for something, it is the resume because that's what they're
Hmm.
deciding basis on. They won't be able to talk to 50 people altogether. So out of 50, if they're only talking to 5 people, it is basis that. So the better you prepare it, I don't say put in a lot of information there, but keep some space, keep some breathing space where people at least can ask you questions and then you elaborate. So
Understood.
50 for me.
Understood. So, remember we asked a poll question that what do you think about AI's impact on your future work? You see it as a threat or an opportunity, and I think 94% have told us as an opportunity. So, very, uh, very good contested poll we had. Like 6% told that's a threat, and 94% told that's an opportunity. So, with that, we come to the most funny section which we have, a very fun-filled round, which is known as the rapid fire round. So, this Instahyre rapid fire round is about very simple, straightforward 7 questions which I will ask you, and
Okay.
these are questions about you. So whatever comes to your mind, you have to blurt it out. Okay. So whom should I start off with? You can let me know. So I'm ready with the questions to fire. Yeah.
Whoever you like to with,
Yeah. You can judge among yourself and tell me.
I'll start.
Okay. Okay. Shubhangi. So let's start off. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. If you could have a conversation with any historical figure, living or dead, over a cup of tea, who would it be, and what's the first question you would ask them?
Don't know right now, to be very honest. But I definitely
About,
think can come back.
okay, sure. You open your fridge and find a portal to another dimension. What's the first thing you grab from your fridge to throw into it?
A water bottle?
Okay. Uh, what's a completely random skill you have loved to master instantly, like being a master chef or an expert tightrope walker?
Binge watching.
Binge watching. Okay, makes sense. Uh, if you could instantly travel to any point in the past or future for just an hour, where would you go?
Past.
Which place?
While I was a kid and
Okay,
we
okay,
used to live in a joint family. It was a lovely time. Now we're all
great.
in neutral families. Not fun.
Okay. If you could swap lives with any character from a book or movie for a day, who would it be and why?
No one.
No one. Okay, you love your life. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Uh, your favorite fictional character suddenly appears in your living room. Okay. What
Mhm.
do you do together for the day,
Just have a conversation.
for the whole day? Okay, understood. Uh, if you had a superpower, but it only worked when you are wearing mismatched socks, what would it be?
Read people's mind.
Okay, wearing mismatched socks. Thank you, Shubhangi, for the questions. It was quirky and funny.
See,
And
Nitin is
then,
laughing. It was fun, for sure.
okay, Nitin, it's time for you. So, are you ready?
Yes, yes, I'm ready to.
Okay. The first question: if you would wake up tomorrow with the ability to talk to animals, what's the first animal you would have a conversation with, and what would you ask?
I would have a conversation with a dog, and
Okay,
I'll ask them that no, how come they are so cute.
okay.
Nice. Nice.
You discover a hidden room in your house that changes into your any fantasy world you imagine. Where do you go first?
I found a room in
Your house.
yeah. Can you come again with the question?
You discover a hidden room in your house that changes into any fantasy world you imagine. Where do you go first?
I would go to Goa Baga Beach.
Great. Okay.
Lovely.
If you had a personal theme song that played every time you entered a room, what song would it be?
जितनी दफा देखूं तुझे.
Okay. That's your
I
personal theme
have
song.
another
Yeah.
one for myself. Can I tell that?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am back.
Okay. What's the most unusual thing you have ever eaten, and would you eat it again?
I don't know what it was. I mean, when it was my trip to Bangkok, I don't know the name, but I would not like to eat it again.
Okay, great. If you could swap lives with any character from a book or movie for a day, who would it be and why?
So I would like to swap a character with myself.
Yes, with a book of character, like with a character in a book or a movie for a day. Any character from a book or a movie.
No, I don't like I mean the book. Maybe it is a book or a movie. I mean they are fine as it is. I would not like to make any changes. I mean
Okay,
maybe the creator will feel hurted.
okay. So you want to be you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Both of you had the same answers to the questions.
yes.
That's very good.
I mean, they're anyways fictional for us. So,
Okay, ठीक है. You are given a remote control that can pause, fast forward, or rewind real life for 30 seconds. How do you use it?
No,
Or when do you use it?
I
Yeah.
will keep the remote aside. God has given a very beautiful life. I mean, I would like to, should go the way it is.
Great. If you had to invent a new holiday, what would it be called and what's the main tradition of that holiday?
Holiday, you say?
Holiday, a new holiday for the calendar year.
New holiday,
Hmm.
sleeping day,
what
Okay.
things?
sleeping day.
Sleeping day,
Lovely. I would have had no phones day
no phones day.
for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Great. And what do you do on no phones day? You like switch off your phones and keep it aside.
Just keep it in a locker. That's it.
Hmm.
No electronics, no phones, no laptops, nothing at all. Just for a day. Try and speak to people sitting right beside you. I think it will make more sense then.
Great. So with that, we come to the end of the Instahyre Roundtable. Hope you have enjoyed it. And Nitin and Shubhangi, that was absolutely brilliant. Thank you for being such good sports and ending a conversation on such a light and fun note. Okay, and to our wonderful audience, thank you for watching live on LinkedIn and YouTube. And your comments also has helped us a lot to improve our Instahyre Roundtable. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Hope you
Everyone.
had fun. Uh, thank you so much for joining in. So, any
Thank
parting
you so
thoughts for
much.
me? Fine. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Take care. Have fun. Bye bye.
Yes, thank you, Sarabji. Thanks for arranging. Thanks, Subhangi. Thanks for joining. Yeah, wishing great day. Yeah.